Is it really any surprise that a racist would do more racism? Is it any shock that an insurrectionist ex-president's way of virtue signaling in the state of Georgia, a state he helped lose, would attend to say, hey, remember me? The answer is no, it's not.
Former President Trump, he's now drawing scrutiny this morning from some for taking part in the controversial tomahawk chop. He was one of many in the crowd to do it.
Of course he did. Donald Trump did this for one reason and one reason only, to show his cult-like fans that this is acceptable, that offending Native Americans through different avenues, specifically sports, is not only a stamp of approval, but mandating a pushback. He's done it many times.
President Donald Trump couldn't resist the opportunity to criticize a political rival.
They call her Pocahontas.
He did it with Elizabeth Warren.
And yes, by the way, they are trying to take away our history and our heritage. You see that.
He defended the Confederacy, even though...
You think the Confederate flag should be flying above the State House in South Carolina. Do you think it needs to go?
I think it probably does, and I think they should put it in the museum.
He doesn't say this anymore, because those that defend the Confederacy are his base, an inexcusable act of racism. Speaking of, his followers, with the symbology, made an appearance at the Capitol on January 6th. The other question, why did Trump attend the World Series? Why was he in Georgia watching the suburban Cobb County Braves take on the Houston Astros? Wasn't this the same fool who back in April called for boycotting Major League Baseball after the league moved the All-Star game because of Georgia's attack on voting rights? Consistency is tough with this one.
So you can imagine the sadness felt at Mar-a-Lago when Coca-Cola called out Georgia Republicans for their attack on voting rights, thus forcing 45 to boycott the Coca-Cola company and call for his backers to do the same.
It's true, Trump called for a boycott of Coca-Cola. Did he stick with it? Well, no. Obviously. Not long thereafter, here was the man endorsed by white supremacists around the globe breaking his own code. The ever so wiseful team he has, though, thought they hid his Coke bottle behind a phone. They failed. At Trump properties, the distribution of Coke products did not cease. Nope. As a matter of fact, they continued serving it, costing $9. This spanned multiple properties, namely Trump International Hotel in D.C. and Trump Golf Club in Miami, Florida.
Cancel culture, driving people from their jobs, shaming dissenters, and demanding total submission from anyone who disagrees.
I mean, this is the same dude who rails against cancel culture, yet calls for the canceling of all of these companies and people that you see on your screen. He is the king of this stuff. It's the hypocrisy that, unfortunately, his followers don't see and may never see. Also hypocritical.
They were all saying, oh, it has nothing to do with the flag. It's the way we've been treated. In the meantime, they're making $15 million a year. They shouldn't get the politics involved.
He claims he wants no politics in sports, yet here he is at a World Series game, or he attends the college football national championship game. During the pandemic, he pressured the Big Ten Conference to start its college football season immediately. Then he tried taking undeserved credit for the reversal of the league's initial decision to try to have a season in the spring. If politics and sports shouldn't mix, why did you appear on Colin Cowherd's show? Ditto for, you guessed it, Major League Baseball on a previous policy set to combat, as MLB VP Michael Teven said, to end the human trafficking of baseball players from Cuba. In Georgia, there were also his guests of honor. Republican candidate for Senate, Herschel Walker, an effort to paint Republicans as, see, we're not racist, we got Herschel. Recently, one of Walker's hosts had this imagery in her Twitter profile. These are the people they're cool with. Only after backlash did Walker cancel the event, but the damage was done. Via the AP, hundreds of pages of public records show allegations that Walker repeatedly threatened his ex-wife's life, exaggerated claims of financial success, and alarmed business associates with unpredictable behavior. In December 2005, Cindy Grossman, Walker's ex-wife, secured a protective order against him, alleging violent and controlling behavior. There's much more on Walker for another time. However, an athlete turned politician who goes to a World Series game while running for public office to garner votes? Hey man, shouldn't y'all practice what you preach? Apparently, the rules just don't apply.